Just looking at what happened yesterday. Just to see what anything I missed. It's going where I kind of thought it would go.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
Wow. Kind of thought that was gonna happen, but like not that fast.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
This is just such a quick moving spot. I kind of felt like I had to trade here.
Order filled.
Lost 50 cents there. So, definitely think we're gonna short this soon. Drew a pretty good line there. That was before that height was hit. That was like over here I was drawing where this is going to be the retest, and if it passed it, it would go down and probably stay down below that. So that's cool to see.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
Might go up here a little. So I should have hit close as soon as that said 2.5 previously. That's like my strat. But again, like that, it happened so fast that I can't react, which is why I need to automate it. Yeah. Which I want to do. I think that's going to be like after stream today. I'll probably code for a bit.
Order filled.
Maybe a little on stream, I don't know. I feel like I have to do a lot of reading still. I should have kept holding. But no, we gotta play it safe. We're so close. I don't want to do any risky stuff with this one. Dude, how's this account so low? Oh wait, never mind. Okay, so the sim account, I guess, is like unique per computer you're on. Because I was on my laptop yesterday, and my sim account, you know, I had 300 mil on, or whatever, or bill. Like, we were going to 1 trill. But this one's definitely still very low. It's kind of hard to see with all the little drawings here. Let me take these off real quick just to look at the actual. Lower than here. This is an attempt to push back up, but it's not going to go. So I do
Order filled.
continue to short this, I'm pretty sure. This is going to drop quite a bit. Yeah, I mean right there even.
Order filled. Order filled.
Yeah. Yeah, because this is like, if that pushes through there, it's going to be massive.
Order filled.
It did not push through yet.
Order
It
filled.
hit sell here. But this one started lower, so it kind of feels like it may. We'll see what happens.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
Yeah, I gotta stop being greedy.
Order filled.
saw +3 and then decided to wait because I was like, well, maybe it'll get there again. But if it's at plus 1.5 or whatever, like, just go. Just go
Order
for it.
filled.
Oh my god. That almost hit my stop. That would have been so dumb. Insane.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
Dude, this better not, like, jump negative 50 points or something. Like, do something that would literally be so insane.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
Okay, so we're at 15 here. That's it's way more than we want to be, really. Like, doesn't give us that much more room. I think it's gonna go up even further, so I'm gonna wait. If it says like minus 23, I'm gonna hit add. Oh,
Order
shit, there it is.
filled.
Okay. I'm gonna put this right here. If that gets hit, hopefully that saves the account, but we're gonna lose a ton if that gets hit. It's gonna suck. Oh my god. Crazy movement. I mean, I should have been, when I saw that candle, I should have bought, like, down here. Been like, okay, that is obviously, there's literally no resistance there, it's going up. But, now we get to see. I don't think it's going to that high. You know, I do think it's making new lows and lower highs. So we're gonna have to see how this goes. I mean, that looks very close, but I do still expect this to continue, you know, downtrending. We have our stop there just in case. It would really suck if that got hit. It would be so far back. Like, and we might not even have much room to work with then at that point. But, yeah, I don't think it'll go that high. It's not to say we won't get one of these that shoots up literally 80 points or something and then destroys everyone's portfolios. Okay, I actually probably have to have this here. Not gonna lie. Like, I don't know, man. Okay, if there was ever a time to buy in more, it would probably be literally right now. Not gonna lie. 40 points. Right? This is where we have to do this. Oh, man.
Order filled.
Yeah, Jason. I'm back home and I just
Stop.
did something
Order
crazy risky.
filled.
Yeah, we're done. Okay. Yeah, I'm coding now. We're just gonna work on the sim. Because that one... Dude. I got so thrown off there. I should not have been trading after this fall down here, probably. But I did. RIP. But yeah, we're back home today. I'm very tired. My flight got delayed, like, a lot. So... that sucks. But I'll have to work on some of the, like, other work ahead after this stream. But yeah, I was looking into strategies and trying to figure out with NinjaTrader. I really I kind of want the ATM strategy in a sense. Like, I don't know if there's a difference between strategies versus ATM strategy, or if it's just like what they offer. Because what I want is to just be able to hit enter position. I want to hit enter, and then I want it to take care of the rest. Like, it would do the moving around and closing. So I kind of think it might need to be an ATM one. But this... See, this is the part that I would want to... But maybe there's a way to do that. Dude, this is crazy. What is that? Alright, I need to swap my accounts. Oh my god. Where did I put my phone? Alright. Guys, I promise this next batch of accounts I'm going to try so hard with, we're getting a payout. I'm going to not trade on a lot of days if I can't tell where it's going. And we're going to... yeah. Do it very managed. We're gonna make this strategy actually work. Okay, so I'm just looking. I think so. The reason I'm trying to get some accounts right now is because they still have their like 80% off coupons or whatever. Dude, look at that. I didn't think it was going to go that high up. But I'm also looking at the 30-second chart, so... shouldn't be doing that. But I really didn't think it was going to go... definitely won't go there. Yeah, we'll see if it ends up on this predicted path. Okay, so yeah, they still have like the 80% off thing. What's crazy is I assumed it. I like filled in my credit card information auto-filled in, and I hit OK before I looked at the price. That's how they get you. So... I did it almost again. Alright. Yo, how do I reset my sim account, dude? What? Name? Oh. Does this work? Yo! Okay, that's why. It is per. It's just sim. Okay. We're gonna short 1 million. I think. Is that what I just did? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Boom.
Order filled.
Go. Oh shoot. Go. I don't have enough money. We're already down 10 mil. Alright, we'll let that run while this other stuff reconnects. Yeah, that was the wrong time to short, dude. Good thing that was on sim. Literally over here thinking it's not gonna pass this, and it's already going past it. Yeah, I don't know, dude. But yeah, okay, so we gotta get serious about the strategy now, though, for real. So I know we had it drawn out a little bit, but that's on my other computer, so I'm gonna get it back. I'm gonna start drawing again on here. Ooh. Dude, Paint has AI now? Holy cow. Dude, making Paint was like one of the first programming projects I had to do. But it was like, you know, much more basic. You could pick like how big the pen size was and the color and stuff, but I didn't have AI. No way. This was like 15 years ago. I mean, they had AI back then. Don't let them tell you they didn't, but not in Paint. Alright, let's get down to business here. Just making a chart, kind of. Trying to think of, like, say this is our entry, right? Okay, so what's happening here, what I'm trying to do is say, gosh, oh my god, dude, this text is huge. I want this to be the entry, basically, so the idea here, I'm just trying to think through of how I would do it so that we can, like, annotate it in English or in language, and then once we have that understanding, breaking it down and putting it into code should be a bit easier, because we'll just have to make, like, step 1 do this, step 2 do that, step 3 do that, if A then B, if C then D, and then once we have that, it's just like a logic chain we can follow. So I'm watching this chart and I think it's gonna go down, and
Order filled.
do you guys see that? That's what I mean. This is why it has to be automated. I hit it when it said +2 for me, and then it went to -2 and closed. I want to figure out, I guess, I don't like the close as much as the idea of having like limits that are already there, if that makes sense. So when you're closing, you're probably doing the market instead of bids and asks. So depending on the side, yeah, I would definitely want it to be limits so that it's not reacting to it per se. I guess that's literally what the stop, and that's the stop loss would be. I guess yeah, it's the trailing stop will be the one side, and then the other side will be the tiered re-entries and or the stop at the bottom that would cut us out of it. Okay, so the idea here her is enter right here. Great. Now if the price were to go up, yo, Mr. Burp, how's it going? I'm still just trying to talk through here. You missed it. I lost this account today too. Here, maybe I can pull up all my trades. So actually, I started shorting right here because I was looking at like this over here, some of these highs and stuff. Oh shoot, yeah. Nice, lucky that got saved there because that would be annoying. But yeah, I wasn't so lucky. I didn't think this green right here was going to happen. I thought it would be a more gradual approach, kind of like this one, or just more red down. This climb right here on the 60-minute, I wasn't anticipating at all. I was looking at all these, thinking about the lower lows being created, which was up until this point right here, which is where I got wrecked. This is where I got wrecked. This candle here should have clued me in. But you can see I tried. So these here are me trying to fix when I was shorting right here. I should have just closed out here, but here I would have lost like 1,500 or something, and I felt like that was going to be so backwards that I just didn't want to do it. So I couldn't take myself to do that. But now we're sitting here with an account that looks like that, and talking about coding instead. I did get, let's see. I have 2 more now. That I'll start on, but like I don't know where this is going right now. And there were some parts where I tried to do trades, and like I just had one happen. I feel like you were maybe on stream, but it said +2 for me, and I hit close, and by the time it actually processed it, it was at -2. So that's actually, it happened for my sim. I was up $3 million, and then I was like close, and then it was down $3 million. So having it like not by my site but by the computers is really necessary, and we just keep getting more and more proof of that. So alright, so the general logic chain here, we're gonna write it out a little bit, would be, this is very basic. We're gonna start by breaking it down into 2 pieces. So I actually, like I was saying earlier, I want this to be an ATM strategy. I guess the difference between the ATM strategy and like just the strategy is that strategy will do its own automatic entry, which I'm not ready for yet. I just want it to be, when I hit enter, it takes care of it. So if I hit buy, it knows that I'm expecting it to go up, and if I hit sell, it knows I'm expecting it to go down, right? So in terms of deciding the entry, we are already past that step for this particular algorithm we're trying to work on, or this piece of the algorithm. So we've already entered. So after entering, here's the steps. It will either be price goes up, price goes down, right? So that's like the basic way. So for each of these we can add a little bit more specificity if we want. Or price goes down by 10 points. Okay, so, I could put, like, other things. We have other limits, like price goes down by 25 points, right? But the thing is, there's no reason to actually include that here in this beginning logic, because we would already have checked this. So in the very, very beginning, we're just checking to see if it goes up the amount we want or down to the first threshold. Because once it's at that first threshold, then it will redo everything else. So we only need those two options at first. And you know what? I want to do this, I think, in Visual Studio. I want to get my, like, can I make an ATM in this? I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with the ATM strategies here. But it doesn't look like it can actually get as particular as I want to be with, like, adjusting by specific amounts and all of that. So I'm wondering if there's no, it's not just trailing stops. Now, this is what I was talking about, like, yesterday and the day before, where so if it goes up, or I don't know if you're asking ATM strategy, I'm pretty sure it's just trailing stops based off of, like, what this was saying on the AI overview. Like, this is really, I think, what it's doing, and I need it to actually re-enter position with, like, more contracts that are, adjusted based off of the amount of contracts we already are holding of that and the number of points that it has gone down. And then it will have, like, the stop or exit point that it sets. As soon as it does that, it should, like, reevaluate and set the stop and exit points again. So I think it's a little bit more than this ATM, but oh, okay. Now I'm wondering. Yeah. There's a couple reasons I want to do it. One, because I'd want to figure out the entry point detection and spend a lot of time on that before actually doing it. Where this other part, where we're just trying to get the trades in spots that we already know are favorable, like, we can visualize it, but maybe it's not as easily programmed yet. I just want to test that. And the other thing is, like, Apex, they have rules where you can't have it fully automated. So, and they say, like, oh, as long as the trader's there, like, making sure. But it's so arbitrary, actually. Like, their rules are there, and they're not, like, it's so vague. So I'm pretty sure it's that way because if you start making too much or something, then they can just say, we don't want to pay you out anymore. Because I don't know why else they would have the rules so vague. Like, it, because theoretically, if you think about it like this, they're like, you have to be the one still in control of the account. Okay, so the idea is what? I have to manually enter, and then it automatically trades and closes for me, and I can close it early if I want. Or I sit there and I watch it, and it automatically enters, but then I have to cancel it if I think it's a bad spot, right? Or you could take it a step further, where it automatically enters and does its trades, and it cancels if it figures it out, but I'm watching it still, and then I just have an alert that tells me it's canceling and stuff like that. Like, there's, like, when it comes to programming and stuff, so many little in-betweens that I'm pretty sure their rules are just there to save them from having to pay out people if they make too much by automating. Like, I don't know what else it would be. But yeah, I want to find that option you're talking about right there, if that's possible. Yeah, use strategy on manual entries on this account. So what I was thinking was, well, I mean, maybe people have this already, but I was just thinking if the strategy tracks the orders, the strategy would never actually enter until it has an order to operate off of. So then it's sitting there doing nothing because it's like, do I have an order? No, don't do anything. Do I have an order? No, don't do anything. And then I finally go in and I manually place the order. And then it's like, do I have an order? Yes. Which way does this order think it's going? It thinks it's supposed to short. Is the price plus 5 points? Is the price, minus? And it keeps looping on that one order until that order is cleared out. That's what I would think we would have to do. Ah, I think it's this. Long short toolbar buttons. Okay, so they said this is their this is their stuff. Sure, dude. Yeah, I'll hold them harmless. But if they do something that messes up my stuff, dude. Okay, I gotta figure out where this, where my Ninja Trader stuff is. Hold on. It's somewhere. I'm trying to find the file location. Alright, so I'm pretty sure we're going into the custom. Okay, that is not at all what I meant to hit. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go here, close this out, and I think I'm in... Okay guys, sorry for this audio. Ninja Trader training. Install. Access the app import window. Import the app. Okay, I actually didn't look at any of that video. It was just not my style, dude. That video did not look like it was going to help me the way it needed to. Okay, here we go. Indicator strategies. This is what I wanted. This is where the help actually is, dude. Alright, so what I'm doing, I'm opening Visual Studio from Ninja Trader. Okay, look at this, guys. This is about to be... I'm pretty sure this bar here is going to, it's going to have to correct soon. Alright. There that is. And here's the long short. Mismatch. Alright, this is Ninja Trader's problem. That's not me. Adopt position. Adopt account position. That's oh, in the code you mean. I got you. That is that an option here? Let's see. Enter long, enter short. Yeah, I'm just gonna use this one. This is my strategy now. Alright. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it then. Where did you see that somewhere? Ah, classic. Alright, alright. Let's see. Okay, so I was looking in here when you said that because I was expecting one of these to be like a true false for that. So when it like loads up, it knows whether or not it should be like monitoring the account positions. But it might be one that's like you call it every time you actually want it to look, because maybe you're doing trades that you don't want it to reference. So it might be something you have to call. Ooh, look at that. This guy's doing what I want to do. Oh. 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 Okay, yeah, so basically make an indicator that reads when I enter a position. Wait, what? They're saying an indicator. I feel like they might mean strategy there. Because the strategies are, I don't think you can do exiting and entering orders in an indicator. Like you see how this says strategy here? This is like inheriting NinjaTrader's actual strategies. There's the other idea is you can inherit an indicator, and then it's like, this is an indicator. It doesn't matter what type it is. It has these shared properties. So I don't think indicators can actually do the entries and exits. Whoa. Oh. So I think the issue for them is that they're not actually programmers and they're trying to do it in a tool. Simple example adopts an existing account position and adds stop target for adopted position. Yeah, yeah. Alarm. Alright, let's see what Chatty has to say. Okay. That actually, like, for most people that might not make sense, but I totally get what that says, or what that's saying. Yeah. So where is that event though? Do you have an account in here? It's an add-on. Oh, that's even more than a strategy, man. No way. So basically, like, an add-on would be similar to this actual panel here. Like, it's a way to add other functionality into NinjaTrader. So basically, we'd have to make our own trade panel. And we would just hit buy or sell, and it would say whatever we want it to say, because they're our own buttons. And then when we hit those, that strategy would then start from the add-on. So, okay. So we're going to have that add-on. What I think would happen is very similarly to this. We're going to have, instrument matching the chart. This won't matter, TIF won't matter, order quantity won't matter. That'll be managed by the strategy. The account drop down should still be here. Everything else can be gone. Maybe it just has like these few things just to indicate some stuff. And then we would just hit buy or sell. And then based off of that, it would take our algorithm and just run it or invert it, depending on if it's buy or sell. Whoa. All right. So this, I'm going to take what? Bro. What? What? Dude, what is this? Is NinjaTrader Forum different from from NinjaTrader? I tried to log in using the same stuff I have for NinjaTrader, like software. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm guessing the forums are different. Okay, I'm gonna make an account here, I think. You know what's crazy? All these people streaming and stuff, if they show you, like, it's gonna sound crazy, but this is real. Say they were like on a password page, they're signing up for some new account, right? They're like, okay, yeah, let's make a Wells Fargo account, or whatever, I don't even know. I don't have a Wells Fargo, but like, say they were typing in, ready? Listen. Okay. Whatever. And then password. Did you hear it? all the keys have slightly different sounds. So if they see you type stuff on your screen over time, they can figure out what sounds your keys are making, and then when they watch you type in your password and username, they can know what your password is. So, most people might not know that. And they might not think it's real. And then there's going to be people who are like, programmers who are like, no way, dude, that's so... Those are the same people who would have told you that self-driving cars wouldn't be a thing even though they were a programmer. And those are the same people who would have told you that, you know, robots aren't going to replace cashiers and stuff. There are people who can't think ahead. This already happens. Phones talk to each other in sounds we can't even hear. They can recognize all these different sounds. Sorry. Side rant. Side rant there. What the heck? Okay, well, I tried to sign up and it told me my password was too short. Hacking your accounts. Yeah, so... Oh, it's because it's a legacy forums, I think. It's just like old stuff I'm trying to get. Okay, so now this should work. Now when we go to... Wait a sec. Okay, I think it was on this page. We go here. Maybe we should be logged in now. Then we can go here. Okay, that's trash. Well, I made that account for no reason. Damn, I just wanted to get the code to like copy paste for an add-on. Fair, 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 fair. Oh shoot. Logged in on the wrong. All right. All right, unfortunately, I can't show my ChatGPT on stream right now. Ask it too many things. I'm too afraid to show people. The other day I asked it how to spell Mississippi, but I spelled Mississippi right. I just didn't even know I was that wrong at understanding how it was spelled. That's not true, by the way. I was just trying to think of something that would be embarrassing. Alright. I'm messaging chat right now. Ooh. Wow, ChatGPT. Honestly, okay. Looking at what it just told me, sorry, I'm answering its question. Um, yeah, yeah. I think you're right with that advice part. Um, the reason I was avoiding it a lot of times was because Jason and I were trying to make some indicators not too long ago, and ChatGPT at first was really annoying because it kept giving us old information. So we kept having to go and like verify that. So like it's kind of how I knew about the add-on versus strategy, because we were like, well, how do we do this? And ChatGPT would say something, and then we'd look and try it, and it's like this doesn't really work. But at a certain point, we did get a little progress, and we were telling NinjaTrader that their documentation needed to be updated. So maybe that helps. Maybe. Yeah. What that last point is huge. The digging through the forums. This is a huge time saver, and also the idea where it's like, well, what does this phrase mean? And it can actually just help me out with that. Hmm. All right, so the one ChatGPT just made, it was fully in an add-on. It ran all the tests right before it answered you. It's like, yeah, probably 90%, and it runs the test again. But yeah, no, probably. Like they're pretty good with that. Um, okay, so I'm looking at it now. It's on my other screen still. Nice, 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 nice. Yeah, it definitely can find some of those things. I think it may be pretty good at checking stuff. You just have to be pretty particular about the wording sometimes. Um, so I think actually, okay, so I'm looking at it and it's saying like if we were to do an add-on, the way we would monitor the price, I think, is less robust, less reactive, less in sync with the market than if we were to do it in a strategy. Looks like you have to kind of do like a timer in an add-on versus like a strategy or indicator might be actually every time the bar updates, able to react. So definitely want to go with a mixed approach here, I'm thinking. I think we're going to go add on with strategy. Don't think we'll need any indicators. I mean, maybe we just like mix it all together. We make a fair value gap indicator, and then the 20 and 200 EMAs, so that when this add-on gets started, it just like automatically puts all of that on the chart. That could be kind of helpful, maybe. Maybe like what we have on. On this chart, maybe. But okay, so we have this example strategy here. Okay, but now how do we... I'm gonna have to like fix my ChatGPT so that I can share it. Or maybe... Here, actually, I just hide my stuff. There's like my chat bar. So this is what I was talking to. I'm working with NinjaTrader 8 trying to make a system to do this trading stuff, and it's like, yeah, you're pretty close. Here's how you can start to do that. This is like the basic stuff you just find on forums, and that's where it submits it. But then what it's saying here, it was questioning me, how custom do you need it to be? I said I need it to be able to do all this other stuff. ATMs will fight you here. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So okay. This is the thing that I'm thinking would have to be dynamic management engine, the strategy. So we're gonna see what it says. Yes! Dude, when did it start using all these emojis? Yeah, this is exactly what I need. Hybrid approach. Oh, do they? Oh, do they? Wait a sec. It's an override. But then... Oh, dude, my neck. Yeah, the plane, man. I think I was telling you guys about this. My neck has just been so bad the past couple days. I had a window seat, so I'm, sleeping like this. And then for the next couple days, it's just like locked. Ah. We need sub-second precision. Wow. Alright, you know what this is called? Mr. Burp, actually, you're probably pretty good at this now, and this is actually like a rising profession. What we're doing right now is called vibe coding, to an extent. Yeah. Please make no mistakes. So vibe coding is basically you're programming, but you're just using like ChatGPT or something to write the entire thing. There's a lot of companies now that are actually just like hiring people as vibe coders and not actual programmers, as a way to, I think, probably save money. So what they do is they'll have like a couple senior dev programmers who actually know what's going on, and then a bunch of vibe coders who can mostly get it right. But when they actually need help and ChatGPT isn't doing it, then they have the actual programmers going to take care of it. But that way they don't have to pay people, for their expertise. So it saves a lot of money. Not that the skill's not valuable, obviously. Like you can do a lot with it. I'm just saying. The point more was that it is a growing field that you are now pretty experienced in. So maybe you can be a lead vibe coder. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure. That's like hedge funds with so much market data that they're like, okay, this is the pattern. How do we put this into code? And then they pay people for it. Yeah. Okay, chat, make it so that when I enter a position, it takes that and multiplies the investment by 1,000% gain. So, okay, so that we are always profitable. It's AI, it's got to do it, right? Okay, that... What? No, I don't want scaling logic. I want it to always be that profitable. Oh, look, it already knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, I mean, if you had to go over all of those strategies with a person, uh, it's a lot of work. It really is. No, Mr. Papaya, I totally get you, dude. It's like kind of what I'm doing now. Like, not the streaming part, but like trying to talk to people about this stuff. And I think the issue also is when these strategies are not fleshed out and they're like, well, we need to test it, it's very hard to explain how it works because there's still like edge cases that they're not aware of. So then when you implement it, then there's a lot of questions. It's like, well, what happens when this happens, or this scenario happens, or this scenario happens? What should we do? And then that's another like, well, we have to go back to the drawing board and think about it for like 5 days or something. For vibe coding practice. Dude, Mr. Burp, I already got you, dude. I know exactly what you can do. It might be, it might be hard, but I was gonna say you could vibe code like a desktop application basically that you have run on your computer. That I've never tried Codex. I use Cursor, if you know what that is. Cursor AI. It's okay. Cursor has been getting better, but and you can pick what agent you're using and stuff. But there's stuff I keep it very limited scope to what this is allowed to do on my code base. Only front end, or like it can't, like, I copy my stuff. Like, it's like the idea is like, oh, you can have this work right in your repository and make changes. I copy it, or I'll commit before I have it make any changes, because the way these work, a lot of times actually, the coding ones, it's two AI talking to each other. So basically, you are telling ChatGPT, "Hey, this is what I want, man. Can you make this for me?" ChatGPT reads that, gets the gist of it, and then it asks another AI, and then they go back and forth, and then it comes back to you. That's actually what's happening with this. There's like layers to it. So sometimes ChatGPT, when it's relaying that information, will miss very important details, or just something like that, and it'll like delete half a file, or like remove one variable that was actually important. And then yeah, you get the error message and you can paste that in and it'll go fix it. But sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes when it fixes it in the most like counterintuitive way that it makes it so you'll never be able to maintain that code. So I only use this for front end, and I only use it like initially to get the look and feel. Be like, okay, I want it to look like this, like, because the CSS and all the HTML is kind of annoying to deal with. But then once that's done, you gotta kind of have to go through it, fix it all yourself, and then no more of that AI coder help. But Figma, I don't know what Figma is. Figma? It's a little close to Ligma. I don't know, yeah, but I don't know what Figma is. But yeah, Mr. Burp, you should try vibe coding a scraper of YouTube. Get yourself something that's like looking for strategy videos, because remember we were talking about that, you were like getting strategy videos and then you were passing them on to be created by ChatGPT or whatever. You could totally vibe code like a desktop application that you just have running on your computer. You just go click on it, it opens up, and it's just a little window that says like, searching for YouTube videos, and then it can have a list that says every time it finds one, just adding it to like a spreadsheet, and then that spreadsheet you can give to something else. But that's totally something you could vibe code for like personal use. Is why like that's something that's so like you don't have to worry about security or most things with that. You're not like putting your information out there for other people or holding other people's information. So yeah, when it comes to vibe coding, sticking to less risky things is probably better at first. Yeah, nice. Damn, Mr. Burp, you're pretty diversified. But that's cool. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think the key is to find something that you're actually like you care about, and do that, because that's the key to like anything. It's like if you have passion, that's how you can keep doing it. Like it's not easy to work on something if you don't care about it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's cool. At least you have some wiggle room if things ever happen. You have a lot of different ways to go, options all over the place. Yeah. I think for my programming stuff, a lot of times it's just things that I want to do. Like I have like all that crypto trading stuff, and part of that eventually that all got pushed into like I have like a whole like management studio that manages all my programs. Like in each of them I can drop in like a plugin basically. It's in progress right now as I'm doing like a version 2 of it. There are a lot of things I had to fix, and also the first version I made years ago, and since then like I had like a Coinbase library and stuff, and Coinbase's API has all changed. So I haven't done any automated trading on Coinbase for a while. But it also included, like, I think I've told you before about, like, RuneScape markets and, like, managing those. So I had, you know, things that were pulling all the RuneScape prices, putting them in databases, analyzing the prices for that, telling me what to buy and sell. So that was a separate program that also was running this dashboard. And then another one that's, like, backing up servers that I have running to make sure that the files, you know, aren't going to get destroyed. So, you know, periodic backups and stuff. But that's all stuff that I, like, care about and wanted to make. So that's really what you gotta do. Yeah, that's pretty much all you gotta do. Most code is replicable. Pretty much all of it is, actually. Like, if you have it on your system, especially, but just by, like, looking at it a lot of times now, it just abstracts it out. It's like, okay, you have sales, you have items to sell, and then it's like, how do we manage that? Creates abstract item object management systems and just, like, tracking the prices and sales and people it goes to, or how much you made on them. Yeah, it's pretty basic. But yeah, all right. I think so. We did some good reading today. We lost an account today. This being in the strategy is good. I think this will actually make it a lot better because we then don't have to make the add-on with our buttons. It would be cool to have the add-on. So maybe what we'll do is we'll make the add-on just so we have it, and it will be the manual trade thing, and then we'll have the strategy alongside of it. It's probably the best because that way we can manage the account with the add-on. Strategy can do its own thing. Yeah. Yeah, alright, so I'm gonna head out and get some other work done today, but then tomorrow I think we're gonna really dive into the strategy add-on part. So we have all this basic skeleton stuff we can copy from ChatGPT, but then we can really get into the math and stuff. Beyond that, I'll probably just reset my sim account, and if it's looking good, maybe try a couple trades with the other accounts. But I really, at this point, like, I got those accounts because they have the sales still right now, but I would like to get the strategy running because it's like every time I'm losing these trades, it's literally me saying, oh, this is why I need the strategy. So it's really time to do it. But yeah. Alright guys, yeah. I will see you later. Later, Mr. Burp. Good luck with your strategies in Poshmark. And yeah, anyone else out there, I will catch you later. Sweet. Thanks guys. See ya.